Hello everyone and welcome to a new vlog. It has been so long since I have filmed a full-length video on YouTube, so thank you so much for being patient with me. Today I wanted to share with you guys what we have on our bookshelf for the fall season. Andrew and I actually just went on a trip to Toronto, and on the way back we stopped at IKEA because we always stop at IKEA when we go to Canada, and we bought a new bookshelf for Luna's room because the one she has it's really nice. It's a Montessori style bookshelf where you can lay the books out so you can see the covers properly, but it's so small, and she has quite a few books, so we decided to get just this is quite a large one, a regular bookshelf that we can lay her books out still flat so she could see them, but we can also add some decorations and some of her toys. And my idea with this is to use this as like a seasonal shelf, so I'd like to put new books out for each season and also add some nature items from that season and some maybe nature decorations as well. So I'm going to show you guys what is on the bookshelf and all the fall books that we have. Some of them are more fall themed while others are more Halloween-y, and some of them are for younger toddlers while others can be used for older kids as well. So it's quite a mix of stuff I have, but they're all really great books and I wanted to share them with you in case you're looking for book recommendations for your kids. So the first book I have that I absolutely love is a classic, and it is Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. And this is a board book and it's quite large, and I love that because you could really see the beautiful pictures inside. Yeah, we love this book, and I especially love that it is a board book because that means I could leave it out for my toddler and I'm not as worried about her ripping it, because that is always a concern. But it's just such a cute book. I really like the story. It is more Halloween focused, but it's not super scary if you have a toddler who might be scared of those things. So this is number one on my fall/Halloween book list. Next, I have Autumn, and this is by Gerda Muller. And this book is more just about the autumn season. And what's cool about this is that there are actually no words, and the reason why I love this book so much is that the illustrations are gorgeous and they just show different things that a child might be doing in the fall season. Like on this first page, it's raining and kids are playing in the puddle, and there's people picking apples in the background, and you have kids outside again playing and getting wet and then coming inside and picking looking for mushrooms and playing on branches. And it's just, I like that there's no words because then you can just really focus on describing the pictures. If your child's a little older, they can create a story themselves. And so this is something that I think is really great for very little kids because it makes it really easy to just describe the pictures without worrying about what the story is supposed to be. But also older kids might like it as well because they can create their own story. And the next book that I have on my toddler's bookshelf is Dragon's Halloween. I got this off of, I think, Thrift Books, and I specifically looked for this book because this is something I remember renting from the library as a kid. Me and my sisters would rent this every year, and my parents would read it to us, and we loved it growing up. This is probably a little bit too old for my daughter's age. She is 20 months, but I like to just describe the pictures to her, so we just talk about what we see on each page, and that's been working really well. I love the illustrations. It's very 90s with the colors. It's really fun. I think there are 3 separate stories in this book. Yeah, there's 3 stories. One is called 6 Small Pumpkins, then there's a story about a costume party, and then The Deep Dark Woods. And this is definitely more Halloween focused than just overall fall focused, but I really love this and it's just nostalgic for me, so that's why I got it for her, and it's something we'll enjoy as she gets older and we can actually read the story. But right now it's a little too wordy to read it word for word, but I'm excited to read this with her as she gets older. Okay, the next book this was gifted to us, and this is not something that I normally would have gone for just because it looks very, I don't know, it doesn't look like something I I would be immediately attracted to. But it's called Peekaboo, or Pika Flap Boo, and this is written by Rosa von Fetter and illustrated by Gabby Zermenyo. And my daughter loves this book. It is obviously a Peekaboo flap book, so there are the little flaps, and you can see little creatures hiding under the flaps, and it's just, this one is definitely Halloween focused. It's a lot about pumpkin patches and Halloween parties, and it is very cute. There's a lot of like descriptions of different things that happen in Halloween and different facts, so it is not like something I read word for word to my daughter, but we just kind of describe what we see on the page and then point to things that we see. Like I asked her if she could find a cat or the cow, and she really likes it. She gets very excited doing the flaps. So, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this if your child is interested in flap books. Okay, this next book I absolutely love. It's called Apples and Pumpkins by Anne Rockwell and illustrated by Lizzie Rockwell. And this book is really cute. It's more like fall themed, but it does have a little bit of Halloween at the end. It basically just takes you along with this family who go to a pumpkin and an apple farm, and it shows like how that progresses. They pick the apples, pick the pumpkins, they bring them home, and then they carve the pumpkins, and then it's Halloween, and it shows like them putting the candle inside the pumpkin at the end and going trick-or-treating. And the illustrations are beautiful. They're very soft, very Waldorfy. I like that. And this one is perfect for my daughter's age. I could read the words on the pages just as they are. They're very simple, very just descriptive, not too much. And she really likes it. And I like that it kind of tells a story of something that we are going to be doing this fall, because we love going to pumpkin patches, and we're very excited to carve pumpkins. So it kind of takes you through the full circle of what's going to happen during October, and I really like that. And very similar to that book, this is called Pick a Pumpkin by Patricia Tott, illustrated by Jarvis, I'm not sure. And this one is a paperback, so I'm keeping this out of my daughter's reach, but it is very, like, what I love about this book is how whimsical the illustrations are. It is so beautiful, the colors, and it's like, I don't know, it's just so beautiful. Like, look at that cover. But the storyline of this is very similar to the last book, the Apple and Pumpkin book. It takes you along with a family as they go to a pumpkin patch, and they pick their pumpkin, they bring it home, and they carve it. And then they get ready for Halloween by dressing up and lighting their pumpkin. And I just think the story is very cute. I like how it describes, like, takes you full circle of what's going to happen in the season if you celebrate that. And I love these illustrations. I think it's so beautiful. I think I couldn't find a hardcover, or the hardcover was just so much more expensive. Or sorry, a board book. I don't think they had a board book, and then the hardcover is just so much more expensive. So I opted for the paperback, and that's fine. I'm just keeping it out of reach and taking it down off the shelf when we do decide to read it, because I don't want her to rip this. And this is something, it's not too wordy, honestly. I think I have read it to her word from word, and she does sit through most of it, but sometimes, like, if a page does have a little bit too much text, I just paraphrase, or I just describe what's going on, and that's fine. And that means it's something she'll enjoy as she gets older as well. Okay, the next book I have is Big Pumpkin by Erica Silverman, illustrated by S.D. Schindler. And this book, I feel like it looks like it's from the 90s. Let me see. Yeah, 1995, but I don't remember reading this as a child. I just found this online in a Google search, and I thought this looked so fun. It reminded me of Halloween as a child. I loved the 90s Halloween. The pictures are so fun. You can tell I really am like a sucker for beautiful books, but like, it's so cool. And this book is I mean, it's honestly not too wordy. It's definitely something that I read to her exactly as is. It's a story of this witch who plants a pumpkin seed, and the pumpkin grows because she wants to grow, or she plants the pumpkin seed because she wants to make a pumpkin pie, and the pumpkin grows huge, and when she goes to make pumpkin pie on Halloween, she cannot pick the pumpkin because it's too heavy. So different characters keep coming and trying to help her, like a ghost, and I think Dracula and a mummy and a bat, and everyone laughs at the bat, but then the bat is the one who is able to help them in the end, and they all share pumpkin pie together. So it's a really cute story. It is definitely Halloween focused, but it's not super scary at all, and it has a really cute happy ending, and I love it. We just got this book. It is also a paperback. It is not a board book, so we keep it up, but love this, and I know that my daughter's gonna love this as she gets older as well. Next, I have a very toddler friendly book. This is The Very Hungry Caterpillar's Creepy Crawly Halloween. It is a big, beautiful board book, and it is by Eric Carle, and I love Eric Carle's illustrations. My daughter was really obsessed with The Very Hungry Caterpillar several months ago, and there was a period of time where that's all she wanted to read, and so I was really excited to find this one, and it is a Lift the Flap book, which is really cool, and the pictures are so beautiful and whimsical, and there's these really cute creatures behind all of the flaps, and it is a very cute story, not scary at all, but it does have that Halloween, like, dark feel to it just because of the illustrations, and it's just so beautiful. I love this book. We just gave this to our daughter the other day. This is also a new book. I didn't realize that The Hungry Caterpillar had so many book variations, but so cute, and it's just a very simple story that is meant for young toddlers, so we don't have to worry about that. It's so cute. So this is not something I would recommend if you have an older kid, but if you have a young toddler, I'm sure they would love this. I do keep it up even though it is a board book, just because of the flaps. I'm worried about her ripping them, but because I don't want her to rip her books, but I like that it's a board book, so it's a little bit sturdier, and it just looks really pretty on the shelf as well. And I'm almost done, but this is Kitten's First Full Moon, and this is by Kevin Hanks. This is not really, I don't know if it's meant to be a fall book or a Halloween book, but I am categorizing it as that because the full moon vibe. This book is a really cute story, and this is my daughter's favorite book at the moment. It is about this cat who sees her first full moon, and she thinks it is a bowl of milk, so she's trying to get it. And it's just a really cute story. My daughter thinks it's really funny, and the pictures are really cute. It is in black and white, which isn't my favorite. I prefer things to be colorful, but my daughter absolutely loves this book, and the story is adorable. I was worried she wouldn't quite understand it because the cat keeps seeing the moon in the sky and like the reflection of the moon and thinking that it is a bowl of milk, but that didn't seem to faze my daughter at all. She just loves this story, and she asks us to read it to her every day. So I highly recommend this book. And second to last, we have this hide and seek book, Where is Boo? This is one of my daughter's other favorite books. We got this for her last year. As you can tell, it is very worn and loved, and I guess this would be a book for a younger kid. It's very toddler friendly. It is Halloween focused, but it's not scary at all. You're just looking for Boo the cat, and every page you're just looking to see if it's behind whatever the item is, and at the end there is a door which you can knock on and see if Boo's behind it finally, and he is. And it's just very cute, very simple. It was a favorite for our daughter. We got it for her, like I said, last October or September, and she wasn't even a year old yet, and she absolutely loved it. So, and she still loves it this year, so we're getting a lot of use out of this. So definitely recommend. Oh, and it's by Selena Yoon. And the final book that I have here is called The Little Kitten, and it is by Nicola Killen. And this book I think is definitely meant for an older child, but I bought it because I thought the pictures were just so beautiful. It is a hardcover book, so I don't let Luna read this by herself. But it is the story about this little girl who has a cat, and she's playing with her cat in the woods, and they find another stray cat, and she tries to help the stray cat find her home. And this one is fall-y and Halloween-y, so it's definitely something you could read in October, but it's not super scary, and it's very, very cute. The pictures are beautiful, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but some of the colors have like this like shiny foil on them, so they're very like sparkly and beautiful, and my daughter loves this story. Sorry, I had a little interruption. I don't even remember what I was saying, but this book, I think I was talking about the sparkles like on some of the colors in this book, which is very beautiful. It is kind of longer. There's not a ton of words on each page, but there are quite a few pages, so we just kind of paraphrase what's happening for her and describe what is on each page, and she really seems to like it, and this is something that I know she's gonna love as she gets older. Oh, another cool thing is some of the pages have like holes in them, like little decorative things that you can see through, that I just think makes it very, very cool and fun, something a little different. But yeah, I really love this book. My daughter's been enjoying it this year already, and I know she's gonna enjoy it so much more as she gets older. Okay, so I just want to show you the bookshelf really quick. I did kind of mess it up a little bit as I was showing you guys the books, but I am so excited because this shelf is so big, so we can store a lot on there, and there's a lot of opportunity to make it kind of like a nature table. So that's something that I've been really excited to do because I've been reading a lot about Waldorf parenting, and that's one of their recommendations, is to have a nature table in your home where you can bring stuff that you find outside during each season and display it. And we don't have a lot of space for that in our house, so I thought we can use this bookshelf to do that as well. So as you can see here, I just added a few pine cones that Luna found outside, as well as a few leaves, but I really should press these leaves so that they stay, or do the beeswax dip so that they are properly preserved, because they're just gonna roll and crunch up. But yeah, I thought that maybe on this shelf I can just keep adding a few things as Luna brings them in from outside, and it will be something that she can see every day and remind her of the things that we see during the fall season. And up here I've added some of my parenting books that I'm using, and then some of these bigger books that I'd like to keep out. They're fairy tale books. This is Grimm's Fairy Tales that we aren't reading to her yet, but we have the Mother Goose ones, which we really like, with some nursery rhymes, and then the Cinderella book. And then here I just have some of her crayons and art supplies, and then her little her little Melig mouse. Alright, well, I hope that this video sort of inspired you to create your own fall-themed bookshelf. And if there are any books that you really like for your family that I've missed, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm always looking for great books to bring home. I love buying books for Luna and finding new stories to read, and I think it's so special. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be making some more long-form content again that I'm really excited about, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys again in a new video. Okay, bye.